Hello, young friends. Good morning to all of you, and warm welcome to this BISEC program, which is based on English language and grammar. And as you know, this is the interactive program for you. This is a very special day, friends. I know most of you are preparing for your annual examinations. Some of you might have already finished with their examinations, and many of you are still in the process of preparation. I said this is a very special program, friends. There are two reasons. Number one, in a way, this is the last program on this topic of this term and of this year, so it is very special. In a way, I have come to bid you goodbye and best luck. And number two, as you know, and you are more conscious about that, especially on this day, is today is a very special day in the history of our country in terms of sports. We are playing a high voltage game, semi-finals of the World Cup 2011 against Pakistan at Mohali. So I am sure you are very much eager to be a part of that game. But apart from that game, which occurs every 4 years, we have to take care of our own annual game of examinations, which is conducted by our universities. So, friends, I hope we must win. I'm confident we will. But before that, I must say that our first concern is our studies. So, why not go to that topic and why not prepare ourselves for the game we are going to play, or some of you have already played, that is our examinations. In a way, it is a semi final for most of us because, friends, as you know, if you go through these examinations very successfully, you have got a final, that is your bright future. Your career is based on what you do at these examinations. That is why, friends, I am sure you will prepare, you will equip yourself with the best equipments and best tools and best skills for the semis which you are going to play, or some of you have already played, that is your university examinations. Once again, friends, I wish you all the best for these examinations and for a very bright future. As you know, friends, we have been talking about so many aspects of English language, including grammar and language skills. Actually, I have been also talking about the changes in our English language right from say 1000 year. The reasons are plenty. It is not that it is specifically because of one reason that English has gone on changing over this millennium. There are plenty of reasons. When I started my talk, I gave some lines from Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales. I also talked about other developments through poems in English and how it has gone on changing over the years. Now, there is also slight change across the globe in terms of English language and use of it. I also would like to draw your attention to that development. But before that, why not go to the Old English of Chaucer? And I'm sure if you can remember, some of you are already reading Chaucer at some level, or some of you have read him at some level. Why not go to his Canterbury Tales and let us see how far it is possible for us to follow his English. I am sure most of us would certainly find it very difficult. Now see the slide, and that is Chaucer's English. As you know, he was a 14th century English poet. Though he belongs to, in a way, to the Middle English period, we honor him to be the father of modern English poetry. Now see the line, which is taken from his best known work, that is the Canterbury Tales. And these lines are opening lines of the work, that is his prologue, which is equally well known. So when we talk about Chaucer, in a way we come across or we remember his prologue also. Now see the line that I am reading out for you, and you may also go with me when I read it out for you. Mind well, this is English. You may find that there are plenty of spelling errors, and we call Chaucer the great poet, the father of modern English poetry. But see the language and go to the slide. When that April with his shower sowed. Now most of the words, I think, though very familiar, are confusing. Next line. The drought of March had burst to the road. Again the same thing. Very so many words are confusing. I am sure we will not be very much clear regarding the spelling and the meanings. Now the third line. And bathe every wind in sweet liquor. The last line. Of which virtue engaged is the floor. Now see the spellings, and if I help you and if you can think for a moment, and why not spare some moments, some seconds to think it over. Actually most of us are familiar. Let us try to make out the meanings. Let us try to find out the meanings. So I give you some time. You start thinking. Your time starts now. If you can find the meanings, if you can comprehend the idea of Chaucer in these opening lines, well and good. You may keep your note and pen ready for the paraphrasing also. Now your time starts now. Yes, friends, I know some of you might have solved the puzzle, but if you cannot do it, there is no need to feel shy. I'll certainly help you in the next slide, which is a prose paraphrasing of these lines. Now you have got a chance to compare the English of Chaucer and its modern paraphrasing today in prose. So right from the first spelling, which was when, the next was April, the next was sweet, and what was the language, English language of Chaucer, and what is it today. Now let us see how comfortable we are when we read out these lines. I may read it out for you. When April with its sweet showers has penetrated the dry earth of March down to the roots and bathed every vein in moisture, such that from its vital power the flowers are blooming. Now, if I read out these, and you will find certainly it very easy, but when the same lines in original, and if you come across them, you will certainly feel great trouble. Right from the spelling, most of the spelling which I may read it out for you: April, when, sweet, showers, penetrate, then again roots, then wind, then moisture, then flowers, and the last is blooming. So almost more than 50% of the spellings you will find they are wrong in terms of spelling. In terms of grammar also you will find that it is wrong, but it is certainly not the case, because the language goes on changing in so many respects, in terms of grammar, in terms of presentation, in terms of spellings also. This is an excellent example, friends, that how the language has changed. So this was the old English of Chaucer. Now I talked about various poets and their English, and now I come to the latest version in the next slide. And as I told you earlier also, that most of you are using this English, and this is again English. I have put the question marks against some of the presentations over there, simply because hoping that you might make a guesswork. BRB, TTYL, BF, GF, very easy. All these words, or some of them are sentences also, but still we use it, and it is our English. If we bring this language of English back to the last century, 19th century, or Dr. Johnson's period, then he might have fired at you. What is this stupid things that you are writing in English? But this is not the case today. We are very comfortable in terms of communication through English. So BRB, TTYL, talking to you later, that is TTYL. This is a long sentence in a way, but you can finish up this sentence just in 4 letters. BF, boyfriend, GF, girlfriend, very easy. See the spelling of very and easy. You are very much comfortable with this type of spellings when you go and send the message through emails or SMS of your through your mobile phones. Then I don't know. Great. Very often we use this word once. Again, good night, sweet dream. T says, I think you know. Take care. See you. See the spelling. Tomorrow, today. I may put some of the sentences in the next slide and see the variety of spellings of presentation. And again, this is English. I talked about this last time also, but I may repeat because it may help you to come to the point today. So in a way, this is a warming up exercise. So please take care that this is also English, though not standard, it is English. If you find difficulty in following Chaucer's English, some of us, those who are not familiar with this English, they will certainly feel confused when they come across this type of English. I will see you. Now see the spelling. Generally nowadays we don't care for capital I when I use I for the first person singular. So we take it very casually. This is the presentation of this modern English. Though it is not standard or authentic English, it is English. So, and it is accepted through society, though it is not it is not authorized by the typical standards of English. It is very much in practice today. So I am talking about this. See the lines. Next line is you are so. It is used. So has so many O's. Cool has also so many O's. Just to highlight that it is excessive. It is extreme that you are so much cool. To express this in English, we use this type of lines. Though they are not standard, they are in English. We are in the office. Office is capital. Just to highlight that we are in our place. But where are you? That is a big question mark. Means it is doubtful that you are not in the office. Love. See the spelling. You, like you. Enjoy yourself. Then good luck for the exams. That is the word or sentence you have been using all these days. I may compare this with the language of Chaucer, and if you have got chance to compare, you will certainly feel uncomfortable with the both type of English. Though they are English, they follow their own track. You won't care in present day English about the grammar and spelling, whereas the case with Chaucer regarding spellings and other things was that the language was not that much standardized. So they wrote the spelling of their own choices. But now when we have standardized things, there is a kind of stability in terms of spelling and grammar. We need not make or commit such mistakes which we find in Chaucer's language. So in a way, the language we have been using in this, for example, again these are the acronyms with which we are familiar. IPL will start soon, I think you know. Then SEBI, CBI, OBC, US, UNDA, DNA, FIFA. All these words, acronyms, we have been using very comfortably. But they are not part of that standard English. For example, you won't find OBC in the dictionaries. You won't also find now IPL or SEBI. Though you may find DNA, UN, US and maybe FIFA. So my point is, this is English, but not standard English. It may take some time that during which these words may be incorporated in the standard English. So this is a kind of journey. I may go to the next slide. Again, these are some of the words. You will find that these are the Indian words. Alap, Gherav, Karma, Yoga, Bandobast, Bandh, Bollywood, Saffronization, Guru, and recently the happening in Japan may remind you of the word tsunami. So except for tsunami, all the words have gone into English language from our country, and all these words have been standard English. So if I say Alap, he is doing Alap every day, that is English. It is not the Indian word. Gherav, Karma, I may not repeat, but I may remind you that this is the development of English. I would like to talk about why this has happened, which factors have contributed to this type of developments in English. Next slide I may talk about that. So these are the factors, some of the factors are there which have affected English language today. I said that it is a kind of journey, and it is a journey which has no final destination. And if it is a journey without final destination, the journey has to go on and on and on. And this is the journey of English language. So the journey goes on without any final destination. So in a way, if the journey goes on, it is the sign of development, it is the sign of progress. And English, right from old English of Chaucer to the present day English of SMS, we find so many factors have affected the language, and that is why we find great varieties in English. Some of the factors are like this, if you can see on the screen. One is media, the other is large scale production of gadgets, internet, emails, blogs, Facebook, FBs, Facebook as you know, Twitter, sports and films, seminars, conferences, workshops, new courses by the universities, and above all, globalization. Friends, I may talk about each of them, but I may remind you that all these are the tools, all these are factors which has affected our English today. In a way, it is a development, but all these factors are purely dependent on the users. So equally important is the users, that is friends, most of you, all of us, I and you, because we use these tools and we contribute